let's get some Monster Hunter music going, shall we? But yeah. I do like that, like, this has the person's, like, channel name right before I go back to doing everything. Anyway. Yeah. So, all the monsters. I love all the monsters in Wilds. And I look forward to seeing some of the other monsters. Like the Nargacuga, because apparently everyone loves the Nargacuga, that someone actually made a model for the Nargacuga in this. Not that, like, this is the only thing, but usually the other monsters have, like, the actual model from the game in here. Which is kind of funny. But yeah, someone VR chatified the Nargacuga. Because normally, they all have beady eyes in Monster Hunter. But yeah. I'm going to go through all the monsters. There are 2 monsters that are story spoilers. Every other monster is like gameplay spoilers for the most part. So, I'll go from the beginning to the end, basically. Starting with the weak monsters, and then the apexes, and then post-game monsters, basically. So first of all, everyone encounters the Chatacabra. What a Chad. I think... Now, I don't really care for the much of, like, the monster, but, like, the game design behind this dude? Holy shit. He's, like, the perfect, like, introductory boss. He's very goofy. He will humiliate bad players, but, like, also you can humiliate him once you actually get good with the controls. And he's kind of easy, but he will, like, smack you around a little bit, so you actually know that monsters actually are a bit of a threat. But you're probably not going to lose to him on your first try. Probably. I'm sure some people have. But, like, I've played other hard games in the past, so I wasn't expecting. Also, I played through Monster Hunter World up until the Elder Dragons. I'm gonna go do the last couple bosses and then do Iceborne later, because I want to see Nargacuga and I want to see Fatalis. Those will probably get in this game because it sounds like they've been in every game, so we'll see that. But we're dealing with the base roster, and Chatacabra, first monster for, like, probably a lot of people who are new to the series. Absolutely amazing. It has a little bit of everything, some weird timing mix-ups for some things, and then it just gives you a little bit of everything that all the monsters do. So I think he's absolutely amazing. And then for the second monster that you're expected to fight, like, very basic, very easy. Most people are going to gravitate either to the big bushy tail or the head, and that's where it's weak to, but it's also very big and bulky. But it doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but it will smack you around a lot. So I think that's also very good. But, like, come on, it's just a chicken. I don't know. But yeah, just a chicken. But, like, at least it's funny. And that's one thing. It's like, not every monster can be the big epic fight. You gotta have some goofy ones in there. And these two do an amazing job for getting new people into the game. So I think it's great. I think that the chicken could have gotten the Quematrice. Could have gotten a little more personality and something. But it really is just a chicken with a flaming tail. That's it. And a lot of people hate this thing for, like, being too quick and interrupting combos, but I love it. Because it actually feels like the only thing that's, like, really a threat when I was first in the plains. Because to me, I see Doshaguma and, like, they're just powerhouses. I feel like I'm not too worried about it as long as I don't get, like, one shot. Whereas this little guy, he'll just keep on, like, attacking you constantly. And it's a bit panicky for the first time. But, like, since he's in the first area, you're likely to go encounter him and have something to panic you a little bit. That way, and when you get to the next couple bosses, I mean, well, monsters, not bosses, it'll hype them up a little bit more. But yeah, I actually really love this monster. Would I put it in S tier though? I know other people may not think about it, but I think this monster just looks really cool. And then Lalabarina. Another monster that I don't particularly care for, but it looks really cool. I'm trying to like base this off of like how well I think they're designed and how much I like them. But it is kind of hard because there's so many ways to go judge the monsters off of. But yeah, Lalabarina. I feel like you can overall just wail on this thing. It will like hit you randomly from time to time, but like similar to the Quematrice, you can pretty much just like get it. But it does have some scary attacks, so I kind of dig it. Also, its intro, pretty dang nice. Doshaguma, it's just a big old brute. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess you have to have a brute for like one of the first big challenges, but I don't know. Yeah, I'd place him there. But then you get but that's the thing though. It's a two-part thing. Because while Doshaguma is kind of whatever, it's the first one that introduces you to the Guardian forms. And that was awesome. So, I love the Guardian. Doshaguma has to exist in order for the Guardian to Doshaguma to actually, like, make its impact. So, yeah. That said, though, I still think they could have done something to have a bit more personality to it, but I don't know. I don't know what they could do though, but yeah, I'm sure they could make something else that's a brute monster that isn't just a big ball of fur. That's just it. Just a big ball of fur, angry face. And that's pretty much it. I mean, Anjanath is kind of like that, but Anjanath has like a lot more personality to it. So I feel like they could have gone back to the drawing board with Doshaguma. Because Anjanath is actually a huge wall for people in World. And Doshaguma, I don't think it was a wall, but that low rank in this game is significantly easier. But yeah, it will still hurt people. But I think Doshaguma does a better job at like getting the point across of don't get hit by the super strong attacks. So yeah. Now, a lot of people give shit to this monkey because it gives them shit. Congalala. Everyone needs a silly monster. And you need monsters to complain about. And he's so easy to complain about, and it's so easy to joke about him. And I think it's important that he comes before like another irritating boss later for a lot of people. Now, when you talk about monsters that I like, bottom of the list, I hate this man. But how he makes other people talk, I feel like he was needed to be put into the game. He was so needed to be put into the game. It's so funny like hearing people talk about Congalala. Because like even before like I started seeing reviews and such, I'm like, I saw this thing, I'm like, oh, this guy's gonna get all the attention from all the YouTubers. For sure. And lo and behold, he did. It's just really funny to me. Oh, I have it out of order. Oh, whatever. Because these are the ice dudes. But get over there. I'm not done with you. Then we get to the next area, the fire area, which they have Mr. Poison Dude here, which is an interesting idea for for fire, but I don't know where else they put him, I guess. But yeah, Pompopolo. He's a strange one. He's definitely unique. I definitely like that he's very different from other monsters. But do I like him though? I mean, I've never been afraid of this man. I've wailed on him with every weapon. I don't think I've ever really learned his moveset. Like, the only thing that really ever hits me is the one where he's got just as a little tap. Just like the Lalabarina. It's just like the little tap. It's like, you're not doing anything to me. It's annoying. Get out. And then the only other one is when he puts the tail into the ground and just like, I'll do my combo and then I'll get out before it comes out. Because it takes forever for it to come out. But it still hits me anyways. So, I don't know if that was intentional. Because I don't think any other boss is like that up until that point. So, I find that kind of funny. But yeah. It's just kind of weird though, his character design. Because he's like menacing in some ways, but then he has like lots of circles and such. And if you go by character design and whatever, circles, lots of circles is supposed to be like soft and such. So it's kind of weird. But yeah. But I think he's cool. Yeah. Ajarakan. Now, when I first saw him, I absolutely hated this guy. But the more I fight him, it was just basically a skill issue. Because I just didn't want, I just want to keep on mashing. I was using the hunting horn, and hunting horn is very laggy with a lot of its attacks. And this guy, he's the first one that has fast attacks that also do quite a bit of damage. So he was really annoying. But the more I fight this guy, the more I like him. And of course, I definitely love the attack where he just like spins in the ground for a bit and then just like does the anime leap up into the sky and dives on you. It's like, why is he doing that? Why? But it's just Monster Hunter being Monster Hunter. It's the rule of cool effect going on. I freaking love it. Gameplay wise, he's up there, but I don't like his looks. I don't know why I don't like the way he looks. But yeah, so that's why he's just staying in A tier for now. Alright. Now for the next Guardian. We don't fight Rathalos. Rathalos is completely optional. You don't have to fight Rathalos. But Guardian Rathalos is the second Guardian you fight. And I freaking loved this fight. Absolutely a fun time every single time I fight the Guardian Rathalos. Every time I hear the charge up sounds for the Guardians, and applies to Guardian Doshaguma too, it just looks really cool. Now, I definitely would say, if you're not using flash pods, this fight will be annoying. And to be fair, I didn't do that on the first time, but like I was using the hunting horn and I was more distracted by my buffs. So whenever he was avoiding me for any length of time, it wasn't that big of a deal because I would just do buffs or heals while I'm waiting for him to let me give it an opportunity. But yeah, really fun fight. I know a lot of people hate fighting Rathalos, probably because he's so freaking fast and runs away constantly. But like he comes back every now and then. You just don't get to have your big combos on him unless you use flash pods. And honestly, Rathalos is like the only reason why I have flash pods on me, because like nothing else really flies, and everything else just gets pissed off when it gets flashed. So I just save flash pods for Rathalos. Just get to wail on him. That said, you gotta have the mascot of the series. Rathian, another classic. I don't know if Rathian was introduced in the first game or not, but I know Rathalos was. It's fun to see like how they change throughout the games. I definitely feel like part of like Rathalos basically does show its signs from being from design in the first game, because once they design a monster, they keep a lot of the same moveset. So fighting Rathalos feels very different from fighting a lot of the other monsters in Wilds, but I love it. It's very different. That said, though, speaking of monsters that are very different from everything else, the Hirabami. Where did I put this guy? I still don't have a very strong opinion of Hirabami. I mean, it's basically a tutorial to tell you, hey, use dung pods to make it so you only have to fight one thing at a time. But, how fun are they actually to fight? Well, that's the thing. I usually have a hard time, like, understanding what they're even trying to do. They usually just float around a little bit and I can just wail on them. I feel like I'll probably get wrecked with tougher versions of them. I haven't fought too many of them. Though, there was a quest where I had to fight 2 of them that was very memorable because, I was stuck in the PS1 graphics mode where they were just paper mache, and that was just really freaking funny. But yeah, they move in very strange ways, so I don't have enough, I don't have enough information on, like, whether I like them or not, but they look cool. They definitely look cool. I love the design. And I guess because I don't know what their mechanics are, for the most part, outside of them just flying constantly, I'll probably just leave them there, because if you want something to be memorable, you kind of want the gameplay to also affect it, right? I mean, there's obviously things I'm doing differently to go fight them. Though I have heard that some weapons have a harder time with them than others, but I'm pretty sure that's the case with, like, most monsters. But since they're flying, it's a big deal. Though, these guys... That said, though, Hirabami drops, like, the slicing pods like crazy. And usually, I'll just pick them back up and shoot it right back at the Hirabami, and then I get to just go wail on them for free a lot of the time, because it does so much damage. Nerscylla. I mean, it would be a crime to put Nerscylla above Lalabarina, because Lalabarina is like a flower spider with a lot of personality, and Nerscylla is basically just a scary spider. It's like, am I missing something? It shoots webs at you. That's nice. And what else does it do? I do like that swings around and it goes underneath the webs when it's in its place. But, like, other than that, like, what does it got? Not a whole lot. I'm gonna put them down. Well, that's the problem, though. It's like, I feel like he doesn't really provide a whole lot to the game. He is the one that gives webbing and puts you to sleep, but, like, I don't hate the boss. I actually kind of like fighting Nerscylla. Again, I don't think there's any bad monsters, but yeah. I guess this is just the tier of, like, needs some more personality in there. I do like fighting monsters, but, like, Monster Hunter is a lot about the rule of cool. Just look at half of the movesets for the weapons in the game. You're doing ridiculous things. Speaking of, Odagaron. I love this fucker. He's so freaking cool. I was feeling particularly tired because I was grinding the heck out of Monster Hunter trying to get back up. But this guy woke me back up and, like, got me to, like, Monster Hunter for a little bit longer. Of course, it is a little bit of cheating because Odagaron It was one of my favorite fights in World. And then here he is as Guardian doing cool Guardian stuff on top of his other attacks. Now, he doesn't feel as dangerous because I swear in Worlds he'll charge you like 3 or 4 times, whereas in this one I don't think he charges as much, but he has different moves to use. So he feels a lot easier to go fight. We'll probably get to go fight him later. But yeah, I love Odagaron a lot. You know what? I'm gonna go out of order for a second because because I was using the Great Sword and Anjanath. Well, I don't think I don't know if he's that high. But yeah, I was using the Great Sword, and Odagaron and Anjanath were a pleasurable time when I was using the Great Sword on them. It was so fun. I loved it. Anjanath, I mean, I will say, Guardian Doshaguma, since he hit so hard, he kept on like one-shotting me or like almost two-shotting me. So I'm just like, you know what, screw it. I'm upgrading my gear. So anything in the timeline after Guardian Doshaguma, I upgraded my armor too much that it trivialized a lot of the fights. So, because I didn't never upgrade because I was trying to go grind through everything as fast as possible, but Guardian Doshaguma, I think I may have actually failed a quest on him because I just kept on dying instantly. But yeah, so I wonder if Anjanath would have been hard if I didn't have strong armor. Thing is, I'm still kind of a noob when it comes to Monster Hunter because I just played Worlds up until the Elder Dragons, and this is my second Monster Hunter game. So I don't know how much you're supposed to increase your armor without increasing it too much. So yeah, that's a thing. I kind of want to do a run where I do never increase the armor, just to see what it's like. And part of me wonders if that's intentional because of just how the monsters work. We'll see though. But yeah, Anjanath, he's a good fucking time. I think he's a dumb face. I don't like his design, but it's a good design. I don't know how to explain that paradox, but that's how I feel about him. Good time. Let's see here. Zoh Woo. I hate this motherfucker. It's just like... It's like... Since I've played so many freaking video games, it's just like I look at all these monsters and I'm like, I see what they're doing and what lesson they're trying to teach you with every monster. And Zoh Woo is all about doing lots of weak attacks. Like, it doesn't worry about it. And then he does the freaking, like, stab move. It's really fast, but it will absolutely demolish your health. And he can do that really quickly, like, one after another. So, generally, not a problem. And then he'll assassinate you out of nowhere. So, really fucking cool. And I like that it's like an octopus thing. Because sometimes, if I remember right, octopuses kind of assassinate things in real life. But I don't know. I'm no expert on the environment. Yeah. By the way, I've always been afraid of the water for a reason. There's so many things that attack me all the time, so I wouldn't want to go even in the water, go deal with octopuses ever. Oh dang, we're already at the apexes? Alright. So, I feel like I gotta say more about Zoh Woo though, but I don't know. I will say, he's really annoying with the ranged weapons because like he shoots his things at you. I don't even know what he's shooting, but he's shooting like golden knives at you, whatever those are supposed to be. And I'm like, hey, that's what I'm supposed to do. I just swapped the ranged weapons so I can have something different. Stop being bullshit. That's That's my bullshit. So he's fun. Bad. There. So Rey Dau. Hell yeah. He stopped me from hating Monster Hunter Wilds when I was overtired and should have gotten sleep. Not once, but twice. Like, once in the beta, and then once when I had to go fight the quest for him. I was just zombie mode because I was playing way too much Monster Hunter, trying to, like, learn everything in the beta, and then when the game came out, I was trying to grind to catch up with everybody, because they have more time than I do. So I was trying to catch up when I don't have as much time. This doesn't work. It doesn't work. But Rey Dau is designed in such a way that, like, he gets the good parts of Monster Hunter, like every good part out of the way pretty well. He feels very honest with this stuff because it's all precise attacks. You got the railgun that hits a very specific point. He's got the wing drag across the ground, and he also has the real cool thing where he just like does a little backflip and just go bam right in the sand, which is really freaking cool. But like, it's all very narrow attacks. They'll hit you extremely hard though. So it gives you a bit of an oh shit moment. And then all these moves, they're decently fast, so you actually have to pay attention throughout the fight. But most of them, for the most part, have a bit of a cooldown to them. So you'll be able to recover if he does get to like whoop your butt at some point. Now, the only time that doesn't seem to be the case is when he fires his rail cannon like 2 times in a row, which I think is just because something about the crystals in the environment that have been heated up from his attacks, letting him shoot a little bit faster. Now, I haven't noticed that, but that's just something I've heard. I don't know if it's true. I would have to go fight him a bit more. We'll find that out later when Arch-Tempered Rey Dau is going to be released in a month. And then the next, but yeah, Rey Dau, always a good time. There's a reason why everyone keeps on praising him. He's a bit of everything. He feels fair, he feels threatening, and you have to pay attention. And then it also helps that, like, the thunderstorm, I feel like the thunderstorm is always there and anytime we fight him, because it's the only time he appears normally. That also helps to, like, build some cinematic stuff in his theme. I love it every time. Though I can't remember any of it other than the dun da da dun da 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 dun part coming in. I don't remember much of the rest of the song. But yeah, always a good time fighting him. I have these out of order, but Uth Duna. He confuses me. Where would I put him? I mean, I do love, like, I saw some videos, people fishing, where he spawns, and just, like, Uth Duna spawning and swimming up from the depths onto the map. It's really funny, but, as for being, like, in a monster in an appearance, I mean, he's the first Apex you encounter. So I feel like, well, outside of Rey Dau, but you kind of run away from Rey Dau if I remember right, the first time you see him. Or, wait, I think it was like Arkveld, like, was fighting Rey Dau. But, like, Uth Duna is the first one I have a proper fight with, and I think it serves the purpose quite well. Again, a very similar situation with, like, the Doshaguma with, like, big circular tank that can eat up all the damage. Probably won't hit you much, but when they do hit you, it's gonna hurt. But, like, you'll generally be able to survive it. But yeah, I think Uth Duna's good as the first Apex. I can't really say much. They got the membranes on it as a shield, and then apparently it changes the movement patterns when it's gone, but I guess I haven't fought him enough to notice a difference. Because I fought him like 8 times if I remember right, so I just don't notice a difference. It's very hard for me to know like when his attacks go, because it feels like he's way slower than I always think he's going to be. He's always very slow. And then outside of the little swipe attack, it's just like a little bitch slap that he has. I think that's like the only real fast attack that I can think of. It's just a little bitch slap. I hate that move so much. It's just like, well, I just want to wail on him. How dare you have any fast attacks? I know it's not going to kill me or do much damage, but dang, I hate that bitch slap. He's just letting you know you're not going to get away with that with later bosses. I mean, monsters. Sorry. But yeah. And then new Udra. Now Uth Duna, yeah, I have a hard time telling what they do. But new Udra, I definitely don't know what the fuck he's doing most of the time. He just has so many appendages, and any one of them can just slap you at any moment. Also, I think every time I've ever fought him, I've always been testing out a weapon. But like, he's never really threatening. He usually doesn't attack me that much. Even if I'm solo, he doesn't really do a whole lot of attacks. He sits around a lot, which is very weird. But I think that adds to the character a bit because it puts you in a false sense of security. Kind of like what Zoh does, but like Zoh is very like quick and hostile and will get you constantly. Whereas new Udra, wait, that's the name, right? Oh yeah, Uth Duna, new Udra. I used to confuse. New Udra will just kind of sit there, do nothing for a long time, giving you a good chance to attack, and then he'll just suddenly be like, "Oh, slap!" It's like, oh, you got into your combos? No. Yeah. Oh yeah. But also, it's very cool because he's much different than the other bosses. The only other one that's like him is Zoh, but Zoh is just kind of like a bite-sized version of new Udra, but he still has his own thing, so I like both of them. I feel like I have too many of them up there. Or maybe I just need to move this one up. Yeah. Jin Dahaad, definitely up here. This one is one of the ones that made me want to go keep playing the game. He feels like fighting a raid boss. I don't know what it is, but if I fight him solo, it takes forever for me to kill him. It's like 30 minutes each time I fight him. It's just like, why is this taking so long? I think I'm just attacking the wrong places, so I'll have to go look at the things. Also, I didn't know how you're supposed to get to his backplate, but I think what you're supposed to do is destroy the ice plates on the head, and then earlier today I was fighting Jin Dahaad. I broke literally everything except for his butt arm plates and ice plates. It's just like, oh, I didn't know those even existed. I guess I have to go because I didn't look at the thing. And when you do bring up the thing, it's just like little things popping up absolutely everywhere. So I guess it just my brain just looked at all the other ones and not the butt plate, which they call the abdominal, but it's on its back. Okay. But yeah. So you gotta go break the head in that plate. And then you can break the big thing in the back, which is the one that does the nuke move. And I love the nuke move. It's really cool. Also, I think it's bullshit because of a later fight. Because Jin Dahaad is teaching you to hide behind a rock by pulling the stuff down in the scenery. I like bosses that have you look into the scenery. I don't think any of the other ones require you to do stuff with the scenery. Oh, yeah. I don't think so. I'm looking right now. There might be something. Usually it's just picking up pods in the background and then using it against them because they're usually effective. But yeah, Jin Dahaad, always a good time. And if you dual blades, that's what you'll live for. It's doing the spin on the back. It's ridiculous. Ooh, where would I put him though? I think that's about right, because you need a big raid boss kind of thing. But on repeat fights, I think I'm just not fighting him correctly because he takes way too long. Because if it's one-on-one, he will attack you constantly. You have to keep on running away. And even if you do avoid everything, you have to run back to him constantly. Back and forth. But if you're playing in co-op, one person can be dodging and attacking everything that Jin Dahaad does, and then another person can just wail as much as they please. And most monsters, that's not a problem with, but Jin Dahaad specifically, like, as long as you have one person distracting him, like, everyone else can just wail on him as much as they want and do all their combos. And I'm pretty sure he has a lot more health than a lot of the other monsters. So yeah. Alrighty. Next two. Story spoilers. Story spoilers for anyone that hasn't played Wilds yet. I know Monster Hunter's not really known for having the best stories, but story spoilers. Because, you know, Monster Hunter in general is very, very campy. It's a very campy game. When I first got... Anytime I saw Monster Hunter in the past, it was a little off-putting to see a sea of smiles everywhere you go. It was really weird to me just to see people overly cheery. I'm like, what is going on? So I actually couldn't get into the story or the characters that much because I'm not used to seeing people be that positive. But yeah. And then Wilds goes a bit the other way, where the entire focus is on Nata, and he's trauma child. All he talks about is his trauma, and that's why we're gonna be getting into Arkveld, because Nata and Arkveld, you have to, if you talk about one, you gotta talk about the other, because he's like me for real. It's like, Nata, no, you're a dumb child. No, you're not like him. Thing is, I actually like the story of Wilds because, like, I had trauma type stuff growing up. So when I see Nata, I'm like, you dumb kid, no. Because I'm looking at my own inner child in, like, the feelings that I had growing up, and I look at Nata, I'm like, I've been there so many times. Oh my god, get him off the screen. It's so stupid. I'm looking at him and he's doing all the dumb thought process I had. And then, like, the worst thing is, like, Arkveld's just there, like, absolutely massacring, like, all the other monsters and genociding. He's just like, he's like me for real. He just wants to be free. It's just like, I get that feeling. I know that feeling. But no, you're being an idiot. No, Nata, stop. Emotions are good for guiding, but sometimes emotions can be stupid. No. Let's see though. As for the actual fight and design, I like the wing stuff. It's kind of neat. I'm gonna put him in this little group over here. The brute group. The Wilds brute group. Big ball. I don't know why they like making all the big tanky dudes a big ball. But yeah. Probably better than Anjanath though. Anjanath is not ball though. Would I consider it better than the Rathaloses though? Because Arkveld feels like he's very obvious with all of his attacks. They'll hit like a truck, but they're very obvious. The only one that really ever gets me, and I feel like I don't understand why I'm dying, is the one where he swipes across the stage twice. The first one I can dodge, because if I'm close, I'll go closer to him. If I'm far away, I feel like I'm screwed, because even if I run away and dodge out of the way, the second swipe will hit me. And it's kind of bullshit. Especially if he just hit you with something else and you need to go heal. Other than that, like, he's a pretty easy fight. Lalabarina. I think that's kind of where I want to put them. I do think Lalabarina's more fun than a lot of these, though. Yeah. But Arkveld... yeah, just the chains. I just like the chains. Everything else about him, I just don't really care. He does look like he's well designed for, like, a final boss kind of thing, though. But I honestly don't really care about how he looks. Gameplay-wise, he's good, though. Now, there is one fight that I hella love, which wraps up, like, the entire story, because, like, first of all, the boss looks really cool. I absolutely adore this thing. I love form-changing stuff. It's kind of got, like, a dark side and like an angelic side, but it also has, like, this emotionless face thing going on. And I could go on for days about Zoh Shia's, like, character design. And of course, some of the things I would say would probably be not accurate, but because I feel like Zoh Shia, you can put, like, a lot of things that you want specifically, just because of the way Zoh Shia is in the story and, like, what its design is like. So yeah, I do love it a lot. But yeah, in the story, basically, Arkveld is, like, telling of Nata's story, and then the hunter comes along and he sees Zoh Shia, and then has a whole big moment, like, Alma has been telling you, by the order of the guilds, you can go find this monster or something. But then this is the one time in the story where it's like, by the order of the guild, I will slay Zoh Shia. So that's a huge moment after, like, all the build up throughout, like, the whole thing. And it's also, like, showing, like, what Nata should do with, like, trauma stuff. It's just like, you should go confront your trauma stuff and actually move on with it. Don't let it bother you. Of course, trauma's a lot more complex than that. I don't feel like talking about like how to recover from trauma right now, because everyone's trauma is just unique and blah blah blah. It's all different. So yeah. But as someone that has had trauma in the past, I gotta say it's very nice to have a moment to be like, fuck this, I'm going to get rid of this no matter what, and it's not going to be a big deal. So that was the moment that made, like, the Monster Hunter's campiness like click into place. I'm like, oh, that's why everyone has like a sea of smiles and super happy all the time. It's because like you can't just be on the downer side all the time. Which is kind of funny because like if I got earlier into Monster Hunter, like I probably would have gone with the edgier mindset a lot more because, you know, there's a lot of edgy armor sets in Monster Hunter that look really cool. But yeah. Anyways, I may have fought Zoh Shia a few times. Just a few times. Though part of that was me trying to commit to the funny number. I was trying to commit to the funny number, and I did not realize how long that was going to take. Whoopsies. But yeah, I love the design of like Zoh Shia and everything, and all the themes that they have. But yeah. Also, I'm gonna have a freaking also in the intro cutscene for like Zoh Shia, like you get if you don't have the mask on, like if you have the helmet on, like it'll do a spark, but if you don't have it on, like I did, like it'll make a little cut on your cheek, and I'm like, oh shit. I love the Zoh Shia moment in saying by my own order and such. I'm probably gonna add like a little scar onto characters and character creation from now on, which also kind of helps that like it goes along. It's the same scar that like Guts has when he's holding the sword with, I forget what his name is, he's not important, but like he's holding a guy's sword. It's like one of the popular images, so yeah, that's like a twofer. So but yeah, I freaking love Zoh Shia. That said though, there's a lot of mechanics in Zoh Shia's fight that most people never figured out, apparently. First of all, it was very rare for me to see anyone ever dropping the rocks onto Zoh Shia because it blends in with the background and they're so high up in the area that like most people don't even realize that there's things to pull down. And then secondly, no one ever uses the pods to do elemental damage to blow up the Wilk stuff, rocks that he brings up. No one does that. Makes the fight a lot easier, and it blows him up at the same time, but no one ever does that. Because I feel like low rank, people are fighting it for the first time, and they've never seen it anywhere else. Technically, you're supposed to learn that from the Guardians that you fight earlier, but I didn't even realize that was happening with the Guardians earlier. Because I'm pretty sure Anjanath is post-game. Doshaguma, I don't think has an element. Rathalos has fire, maybe? And I don't think Odagaron has elements either. So it's like, I've heard that you're supposed to learn it from the Guardians, but I never saw it. And then, but Zoh Shia, like those crystals are absolutely everywhere, and you got all the pods in that arena to go do that. So it's so satisfying to go do though, but a lot of people have been missing it. That said though, they're gonna be releasing Zoh Shia next month, supposedly. So now everyone's gonna know how to go fight it because actual proper high rank boss fight now. So that should be fun. I don't know what else to say. But yeah, it is like a combination of a lot of things. Zoh Shia. A combination of all the black dragons. Fatalis is obvious because part of the theme. I've heard someone say that part of the theme is similar to Fatalis's theme. And how like it's a different thing of each form of Fatalis. Which I haven't fought yet. I want to. Fatalis looks really freaking cool. He's an actual freaking cool dragon that like I haven't seen like a proper regular dragon that looks cool like that in a while. Usually everyone like over designs their dragon or make it something different. So seeing an actual generic like evil dragon like that is actually refreshing. It's like a palate cleanser because not everything needs to be like super unique. but like he's generic in just the right way. I just don't know how to describe it. But yeah, we'll see though. If everyone did generic but it's so weird to say that it's generic. It's just, I guess because dragons are supposed to be all special, everyone wants to make them even more special. So there's no like generic dragons or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm spouting bullshit. But yeah. Zoh Shia is really cool though. But yeah. Inspired by Fatalis. He has the wings of Gore Magala. There's another one I think called Shara Ishvolda, which fight in world where it's like got rocks. But Zoh Shia, instead of rocks, it's using the Wilk to do the protective barrier. So I think that's really cool. By the way, it's so satisfying to use some strong attack and then just see like the parts break. I especially had a lot of fun using the Dragon Piercer on the bow to just like shoot off the wings. Oh, so satisfying. But yeah, I love everything about the Zoh Shia fight. Again, that's kind of why I was kind of imitating him for a little bit, just having fun. I did as much as I could to try and imitate it, but yeah, it was really fun. Oh yeah, speaking of, the armor's got released like last night. Well, revealed last night, I should say. Definitely gonna be using some of that. Let's see here. And then we got optional stuff. Optional high rank monsters. Kut-ku. One of the OGs of the entire series. Like, I'll put him right next to Congalala. Now, Congalala is a very silly monster, so people don't mind him too much. Kut-ku really pisses people off. It's so funny. Just like, da, 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 just shooting fireballs everywhere. And it's just like shoving its face into the ground, moving forward. It has so much personality. I freaking love this thing. You know, fuck it. And I also love to hate it. It's just like he'll piss you off, but it's so freaking funny. He's so funny, man. Congalala is also funny, but I don't know. I don't know what it is about him that I hate. I don't know. Maybe he's just a stinky monkey. I don't know. I will say I am biased. I don't know why I don't like monkeys, but I just don't like monkeys. So I guess he's getting some points detracted for that. Also, it's really weird that he has beady eyes and looks super serious with his eyes, or everything else about him is goofy as fuck. I guess you could say that about the Kut-ku as well. Everything has beady eyes in Monster Hunter. I don't know why. But yeah. I don't know. Would I put him up that high? I don't know. I feel like I was giving him too much credit. Nah. I'll just put him above Congalala. I kinda... Nah, fuck it. I definitely like him more than the Apexes, though. And Doshaguma. Not above Anjanath, though. Yeah. Gypceros! I've only fought him a few times. I mainly just fought him in the beta a couple times. Which is kind of funny because you don't really have access to gear and such. Which is weird. They give you a high rank monster. That makes me wonder if he was originally intended for lower rank or something. But yeah, he was in beta. Where were they? Kind of boring. Though he is kind of on par. Ugh. God dang it. It's so hard to rank these things, I swear. No, fuck it. Gypceros. I have to put him next to Congalala. Thing is, Congalala, he has the idea that like everyone knows it's a joke. Gypceros is just ugly, so people just hate him. Kut-ku also has it, but Kut-ku's a bit more obvious. Gypceros, like, he just looks really boring. But god damn, it's so funny. It's just like people are weighing on him because he's generally not a hard monster. And then he just flashes people. And it's just so funny to see people just like on the floor. It's like, ah, damn it, no. I love seeing that reaction to people. This is what it's like to be flash potted. Gravios feels like a frickin' Dark Souls boss. Like the Abyssal Demon, I think it's called. It gives me that kind of vibe. Big, fat, chunky boy that is very tanky. But, like, one thing that is really cool is he has, like, a giant, like, fire beam. I love that attack. But it's just like, why is he doing that? That doesn't seem like what he should be doing with his character design. But it looks cool. I definitely like using his the gun lance version of the Gravios. So, and it makes me think of that laser beam attack that he has. I'm definitely gonna have to rearrange some of these. I'm gonna have to rearrange these. Blangonga, or however we say it. Me? Blangonga. Alright, Blangonga is weird. I've only fought him a couple times. Because the first time I saw him was in the final assignment, where you have to fight him alongside Gore Magala. And that feels a little weird. I'm like, why are we fighting a random monkey? Why shouldn't that be a previous quest? I want to have like, because I killed Gore Magala and then Fabius was dead. I'm like, wait, what? And wait, was there supposed to be like a cutscene for him? Did I miss a cutscene of Fabius dying? He seems like a kind of an important kind of dude. Because I think it's heavily implied that he's like the ace hunter from Monster Hunter 4. So I feel like there should have been like a cutscene, but there wasn't. So it makes me wonder if that's because I killed Gore Magala first and not the monkey. Maybe I should have just let Fabius solo the Gore Magala. Oh well. But yeah. Anyways. The monkey. He's so freaking aggressive, man. He doesn't let me do any attacks. It's really annoying. I just want to attack. But he's like high rank post-game thing. I think it makes sense for him to be hard. But do I like fighting him? No. And then again, not a fan of monkeys. I will say I do have a very memorable moment of using the Dragon Piercer on the Blangonga, and then like he was on the other side of the map. I'm like, okay, I'm fine. He's on the other side. There's no way he'll get over in time. And then like after I do the move, he just runs across the entire place and just smacks me. I'm like, oh, okay. He's very fast. I can't just spam Dragon Piercers anymore. It's just really funny. I don't know. I guess he's just like one of those bosses, I mean monsters that is just be good for being ferocious. But yeah. As for being a monster introduced in like the final quest, you can fight him before the final quest, but being introduced in the final quest, I think it makes sense. It's just weird that they introduce him with Gore Magala at the same time. It's just like, shouldn't you like even that out a little bit? You could have had Gore Magala frenzy something else first. I don't know. Let's see. I'm trying to think if he has any memorable moves. He has the Ice Breath, but I don't really care about it. I will say it is kind of panic-inducing when you get your feet stuck. It's like, oh shit, oh no, and then he just runs on over. Because if you have low health at that moment, it's like, oh no, I'm not sure if I'm gonna make it out. That's kind of neat. I don't know. These two monkeys definitely have like the same vibe going on. They're both fast for when they're introduced. They both hit hard for when they're introduced. I don't know if they have much HP, but like they're definitely ferocious. That's the thing though. It's like I like being able to do my combos. But we're in the low rank stuff. We're in the base game. Base game's going to be easier than when the DLC comes. So, based off of like base game knowledge and such, like they're annoying. I like being able to do my my combos in my casual fighter, my casual hunting of monsters, because most of these monsters aren't really too hard, especially once you have like armor that lets you not die in one shot. Because Guardian Doshaguma was one-shotting me, so I'm just like, screw that, get some armor. Yeah. Gore Magala. Honestly, I don't remember this fight at all. I don't even remember how much I fought this man. But I know he was intimidating. A lot of people complain about the camera stuff though, but in theory he should be cool, right? He's all black and like death dragon thing. But yeah, I would have to go fight him more. I will say I do like the side projectile attack. It's kind of neat. His dashing arounds are kind of annoying, but I did look at like some Generations Ultimate gameplay, and it was worse in the past. It was worse in the past. He non-stop dashed in Generations Ultimate. It's like, I swear he has other moves, but he's just dashing so much. And to be fair, he still dashes a lot in Wilds. I guess that makes sense. He is the frenzy monster. But yeah, I guess that's... Yeah, I definitely like him a lot. Let me just say, when I start naming these... Basic. Oh, fuck it. I'll put him... Yeah, Basic animal. Just a chicken. Just a spider. And then this is just regular basic, because maybe a bear is the closest thing, but he still feels different. Yeah. That's just like the worst thing you could be is basic. They still feel fun. It's fun beating up on Nerscylla, Quematrice, and Doshaguma. Where would I put the other ones? Yeah. I feel like I gotta go put them down here. Wait, no, not you. Yeah, because at least Gypceros looks unique in some way. It's got a weird tail, ugly face that makes it fun to go beat up. Wait, let's see. I mean, basically Gypceros just introduces like poison and stun to you. I love the stun. Gosh darn. Oh my god, okay. Well, how about this? Let me start from the top and go down. Maybe that'll be easier. Zoh Shia, obviously. I love the heck out of it. End of the story. Good. Rey Dau made me not want to quit the game and actually made me understand why people love Monster Hunter twice. Not just once, but twice. Usually when a game does that, it's once. So he's definitely getting a second place spot no matter what. Because I love Zoh Shia too much. And then these two Guardians, it's hard to pick. Because Rathalos is very intimidating. I think I like Odagaron more. Because Odagaron is just up in your face, but you can still beat on him a lot. Rathalos is aggressive as fuck, and he has cool moves, but sometimes he just doesn't let you attack. So he's just barely not going there. Then Jin Dahaad. Solo experience kind of sucks because you're always running away from him because he won't let you attack. You just gotta run all the way away and run all the way back just for him to do another attack. Run away. It's like, god dang. That's why, like, co-op is... You really want to do co-op on Jin Dahaad. Unless if you have a way of just, like, evading things at the perfect time or just doing a guard at the perfect time. But, like, you don't get killed by his moves, which I assume are linger too much. Yeah. He's harder to deal with than the others. Let's see. Next ones. I definitely have to order this one for sure. Let's see here. Ooh. Zoh. I don't know, man. I like the little worm dude. He's so fun to beat up on. And I really do like the Rathalos fight. Rathian a bit less, but it's still fun. Because very similar fight after all. Lalabarina. Arkveld. By the way, I don't know the difference between Guardian Arkveld and regular Arkveld. You only get to fight in Guardian Arkveld once, basically. I mean, well, technically two, because you repel him once, and then you hunt him for real. So yeah, I'm just gonna do that because I don't know. Maybe Guardian Arkveld will return. I don't know what's the difference. I'm noticing a pattern with the classic creatures. Like these all like charge constantly. I guess Gore Magala is generation 4, but it still dashes a ton. Did like all the old Gen monsters like dash constantly? Because, you know, I haven't played all of them. Yeah, this one dashes. Yeah, this one's an old one too. That one dashes a lot. I mean, it makes sense. Make sure you know like how big they are and give them a feeling of being fast, because they are monsters after all, not like giant robots or something. Who is my favorite to fight out of all these ones? It's really funny because like I'm looking at all of them and like they all have their own unique ways of being annoying. I just want to go wail on people. I mean, I guess that's one thing that's good about Uth Duna, but Uth Duna is kind of annoying in its own way. It's just a huge freaking tank, but like it has weird movement patterns. Yeah. I'm gonna put them down here. I'm gonna start putting some of these guys down here. I think I have to put this one down a bit. I think those ones, I like them a lot. The Hirabami and the Pompopolo, I love them a lot, but they're very forgettable, which is a problem. That means you can beat up on them, but it's a little bit of a problem. I hate fighting the Ice Monkey, but like, he's high rank endgame, so it makes sense. So he does make you feel panicked. Same thing with the Fire Monkey. Congalala is just like it's always a good funny time with friends. Ugh, I hate to put him up there because he's all poopy, but he's funny. Udra. It feels weird to put apexes down. Yeah, they need to take a lesson from Rey Dau. Rey Dau's the cool guy over here. He's the cool guy. But Uth Duna is fun to beat on. And I feel like new Udra's fun for specific weapons. Because first of all, it's fun to go chop off limbs and such. But like, I feel like I get kind of stuck on him a lot. Kind of a problem. But he's just cool enough that like I can't put him down there with the rest of them. I don't know. Maybe I can. He's not forgettable, but he does provide a unique challenge. Yeah, I guess that's the thing. These three... Look. Unique challenges... Alright. Unique, but forgettable. Not to say that they're bad. They're just fun, and it's just really hard to understand what the heck they're about. And I like to know what the heck the monster's doing. Oh, did I freaking... Did I... Am I fucking dumb? I guess it's 2 T's. Well, yeah. I'm doing this past midnight. I am a little tired. But, Chatacabra. I do hear people talk about the Fire Monkey a lot. I guess he's down here. Because I'm pretty sure he just does a bunch of like generic punches, right? Pretty sure he has the which honestly is kind of similar to Chatacabra, but the monkey is end game. I guess that's like showing like how far you come, I guess, but like yeah. It's hard to compare the Ice Monkey to Pompopolo because early game, well actually that's mid game. I forgot that he's mid game. He's very easy for, I mean, I guess it is low rank still. Still, he is the first one that you fight in the third area, so I'm gonna consider him early game. He's easy early game, and then Blangonga is end game. So hard to compare these two. I feel like Pompopolo would benefit a lot from a harder fight. Hirabami, I do like. I don't know. Basic. I don't know. He's not that basic though, because he does have some moves. It's just like, it literally is just a monkey for a design. But his moveset though is a bit different. I don't know, but he's just kind of fast. I don't know, he is kind of forgettable. I can't think of anything that I like about him. Yeah. I think I'm gonna put him down here. Yeah, I'm gonna put him down here. You know what? I'm gonna do that. No, I'm gonna do that because just because he's so fast and hits so hard, it's gonna make you focus a little bit more when most of the monsters in the base game are pretty easy. But like he's one that actually makes you have to think a little bit. Same thing with the fire monkey. But the fire monkey actually has some charm to him. He's got that weird whatever stuff going on. Whereas this is just literally just a monkey that's white. And Chatacabra is definitely the best introduction monster. For sure. I just don't care. And then... I think... what I might do... I love seeing people's reactions. I think that's what I'm going to name this one. You need monsters like that from time to time. Not everyone can be the star of the show. Oh, come on. I could have sworn I did the E. People. There we go. That's the anger tier. And I'll just put this one up just because. Not just great, like perfect intro monster. Like I could go on and on about how Chatacabra is a Chad. Like his game design is so good for our first monster. It's so good. He's got a big dumb face that you can get. Obvious attacks and then some weak, weird attacks. It's just like, and he's silly, but like, I just love him. Let's see. I feel like I need to make another one. Ah, what the fuck? No. What's this about? High rank? Oh yeah, some dude going through his journey. I like seeing people go through their journeys. But yeah. Just while I'm eating and doing chores. Alright, I think I know what I'm gonna do for this tier. Ooh, maybe not him. Meat shield. Tier. Meat shield tier. Because sometimes you just gotta go beat on a dude. And these guys, they have lots of HP and defense. You can just go wail on them. Arkveld is kind of like that, but he's fast enough that like he doesn't quite qualify, I feel. But he is kind of getting there. Arkveld moves around too much. Anjanath is also one that moves around a lot. Oh yeah, meat shield tier, you just wail on these guys. Except Gravios will actually punish you if you try wailing on him too much. I do like Anjanath a lot. You know what? Maybe I will go put Arkveld up a bit. Because he actually forces you to actually pay attention and dodge stuff, and it's all very huge sweeping attacks and such. Some vertical ones. But like, it's very obvious he'll kick your ass if you like haven't learned the lesson to dodge attacks. Most monsters will hit you a little bit with weak attacks and such, but like Arkveld, he'll wreck your shit if you haven't learned the lesson yet. He is like end game basically. Early game monster. Suffers from early game monster syndrome. But like he's too cool. I love the worm. Bat. Gotta love a good meat shield. Also, I have fought Arkveld quite a few times. Let's see how many times it's been. I fought him like 26 times. Yeah, that's quite a bit. I mean, you better love his moveset. You have to farm him so much, because he is the end game gear for, currently. Unless if you want to use Arshan stuff, but not all Arshan stuff is good. But yeah, you need to at least get the armor set because wounds are absolutely overpowered in base game. If you get like Arkveld set, you can just mow through the rest of the game. The wounds are such a strong thing in base game. I assume they'll lean into that with a DLC and either make it so you have to use the wounds, kind of like how you have to use the Clutch Claw in Iceborne, or they're going to make it harder to get the wounds. And I don't know which way they're going to get to do that. Gore Magala. Yeah, Lalabarina is definitely the weakest one in this tier, but I still think it belongs up there. But you can kind of just mash on them. Yeah. Yeah, Lalabarina doesn't really do a whole lot to stop you from hitting it. It really doesn't. But I'm putting it up at the top of this because it's actually At least it's more mobile and looks cool while it does things. But yeah, it basically is a meat shield. It does have a few quick pokes though. Zoo. I want to put Zoo down. I really do. I hate him so much, but every time I think about his gameplay, he's actually really fun to fight. But goddamn, I love hating him. Anjanath. Yeah, I think it's coming to the dragons in Arkveld now. Why did I say Arkveld? I mean, I guess we'll include him too. Dragons, Arkveld, and Anjanath. That's what I'm trying to do now. Thing is, I think, you know what, I might be biased from World, but like Anjanath does feel kind of like peak design for like what a monster is, because he telegraphs his attacks. He will catch you off guard if you don't know the monster, but if you know the monster, you can wreck his stuff in. He's kind of fast, but also hits kind of hard. I kind of like it. Arkveld, you can kind of adapt to and avoid most of his stuff on like your first try fighting him, which is good for the story, but on repeat fights, just kind of Gore Magala. I mean, again, it depends on where you are in the game. Because, of course, Anjanath is going to be a little harder. Because he's post-game. Same thing with Gore Magala. Gore Magala's post-game. Yeah, I'm thinking of Rathalos and Rathian now. Yeah, they're definitely lower. Definitely lower than Arkveld. So now it's just these three. Bap, bap, bap. Does anyone remember what Gore Magala does? I just remember the charging and a couple projectiles, but that's just about it. I'm putting them down just because I hardly remember. I do remember having a good time fighting them, though of course, I also remember frickin', I think I was trying out the bow at that time. I'm not sure though. And I was just attacking them, and then I would get smacked and lose like quarters of my health. And I'm like, okay, I guess I gotta go heal. And and then I go attack him, and then I get smacked again. And I had to go use so many healing potions when I first fought Magala. It was a little annoying. Yeah. Magala does kind of... I mean, it also doesn't help that, like, Ice Shard Cliffs has a lot of small areas, and Gore Magala is huge. That's going to put him down. That's going to put him down. Because I think that's the reason why people have a problem with him, is because he's huge, and the camera is giving you problems, because it's a small area and a big monster. Yeah, it's going to put him down. I don't know if he can even spawn in other places. It feels... I'm gonna put this one down. He really is a meat shield. Like, you have to pay attention more, but he is early game. He is kind of a meat shield. Gore Magala under Zoh sounds wrong. I mean, Zoh does have a bunch of like AoE attacks around him, so you can't be too close to him. But he feels bullshit, but he feels fair at the same time. Cause like that's the whole point of him, is like, you know what he can do. He just doesn't do the devastating stuff that much. He chooses to do like the weak attacks to just put you in a false sense of security. Gore Magala is bullshit because camera. That is a big issue. Why did they put such a big monster in small area? And I think Hirabami also has that kind of problem, is like you have to deal with it. But Hirabami is a much smaller monster. You know what? I'm gonna have to put it down a little. The thing is, Arkveld has a lot of... Arkveld kind of cheats a little bit because he does a lot of special effects when he does his moves. I swear, I don't know if it's the case, but I swear it darkens the screen when he does some of his attacks. When he like lights up and everything. So I feel like he's cheating a little bit. But yeah, he's a cool fight. But yeah. I think that's how I would have to rate all the monsters. Yeah, starting off, just a basic animal. Monster Hunter-ified a little bit, but still it's just a basic animal. You get the idea immediately across, but it would be nice if they had like a little more personality to it. And then basic, like, wait, this is just a basic animal. He's ferocious, but yeah. And then you got basic animals. It's like, yeah, it's a bit more unique, but it's not all that interesting. Well, I guess I could put him here. I don't know. I don't think he's... I guess he's a vulture. But I don't know. But yeah. And then you got the unique and forgettable stuff because... I don't know. I haven't fought Gypceros so much. He does the tail slam. He poisons you and does a stun. The stun is hilarious. But outside of laughing at people doing the stun, I don't care too much. I guess I should put him up there. Yeah, the unique but forgettable stuff. I feel like if I fought harder versions of those monsters and also try to go for like hitless runs, I probably would change my view on those ones a lot. Because I haven't fought them a whole lot, so yeah. They just have weird movesets. And most of the base game has very well telegraphed attacks for the most part. And then meat shields. You gotta love a good meat shield. You have combos and cool weapons. You gotta have some monsters that let you wail on them. And then Chatacabra. Absolutely stellar, like, intro monster. And then you got a bunch of fun to fight monsters. They're a little challenging, but they're not too challenging. They just look kind of cool to fight. Rathalos is just a freaking regular dragon, but he is the mascot. You gotta have him here. Gore Magala is a death dragon, but hampered by like camera problems. And just being too big for the areas that they put him in. And then you got the five goats up there. Jin Dahaad, raid boss. Speaking of like having a good meat shield, Jin Dahaad is one of the better meat shields, specifically for co-op. Solo, not so much, but for co-op, amazing. Jin Dahaad will probably make you feel like a fucking badass if you solo him though, and actually learn his moveset. But like most of the monsters in this game, I feel like you can kind of get away with like not knowing what they're going to do. Jin Dahaad will punish you by making you have to waste more time running around. So that's a kind of annoying thing with Jin Dahaad. Guardian Rathalos, absolutely love this man. I love his charged up attacks. He's so aggressive and everything. Same thing with Odagaron. I love aggressive. I like it when they're aggressive and show their things. I guess that's weird though, because like the ice monkey is really far down. I guess it's because he has ice stuff. He feels a bit more bullshit with his aggression. Also, he doesn't have cool attacks. He just goes up and punches you. I'm just like, that's so boring. But like Odagaron in Guardian Rathalos, they have such cool attacks. I love them. Then Rey Dau, honest but deadly. Quick and fast. Cool theme. Cool environment. He just like, he goes down the checklist of everything that like a good fight should have. Rey Dau, amazing. He deserves all the praise. And Zoh Shia is like everything you should want in like a final boss. Yeah, he's a bit on the slow side for the most part, except for when he's imitating Gore Magala and dashing forward. But like everything else about him is really cool. You know what? That is kind of weird. He does the. That's the only time he really moves around is when he does the freaking Gore Magala dash. Yeah. Kind of weird. But like, I think like the Gore Magala dash is the only one I don't really care about, but he kind of needs a move from Gore Magala, I feel. Because Gore Magala, I think, is a black dragon. I don't know what exactly counts as a black dragon, but I mean, Gore Magala was like the big bad of Monster Hunter 4. So I think Zoh Shia probably has like all. It's like a fusion of all the big bads from previous generations. Probably not though, because I think the first Monster Hunter was like Black Diablos or something. Oh, Monoblos. And Zoh Shia probably doesn't have anything from that. But like, all I remember is from that thing is it dashes a lot because it's like Diablos. And Gore Magala does the dashes all the time. So that's that. The Gore Magala dash makes more sense now. It fits. And then Fatalis. Fatalis is kind of a big guy. He's been around for a long time. He's kind of cool. And supposedly Iceborne was the first time we canonically fight him. I don't know how that works with canon, because like Monster Hunter doesn't really feel that like important with the story in the first place. So like, why would it not be canon or canon? Makes no sense to me. I guess it's like high rank stuff and like doesn't have anything to do with the story because low rank's all the story stuff. I guess. I don't know. Legend, Shara, Ishvolda, and I wonder if there's other things. I hear there's something about Alatreon, but I don't know nothing about that guy. I'll go fight him eventually. But yeah, that's my view on all the monsters. I wonder how much time I spent. An hour and a half. I thought it would be so much faster because I'm not going to go into the specifics of all the monsters. Ugh. Give me a reason to ramble, and I will ramble. And there's a lot to ramble about in this series. Well, yeah. I just gotta finish up the last couple achievements. I gotta do the crowns, I gotta do the dumb fishing, and get $1 million. And I think that's all I have left for the achievements. So I'm pretty much done encountering all these monsters, but like I will be fighting them a few more times. So I feel like this is how I feel after almost 200 hours. Yeah, they're all kind of fun. Of course, I still feel weird putting Blangonga down there, but like I feel like part of that is because he's doing a lot of his old moveset from older generations. And a lot of the older ones are more generic because Monster Hunter 3 is when they started doing more anime stuff with all the monsters, because before then, it was all just a bunch of dinosaurs and random animals for monsters. So try really changed things up a lot with how they design their monsters. Speaking of, Chris is coming back. I'm curious what that's going to be like. And I haven't fought, I think it's Mitsuzune. I haven't fought them either. The bubble mechanic seems kind of cool. Yeah. And I'll be shocked if they don't bring back Nargacuga. Like, I see Nargacuga is almost like as popular as Rathalos from what I can understand. I don't know for sure, but like I feel like people love the heck out of Nargacuga. So I look forward to fighting him when I get around to doing Iceborne. That said, I'm not going to be doing a playthrough of World or anything. But Generations Ultimate, I might do like a stream or something. But Generations Ultimate is like content for days. And I don't know if I'll ever get the time to go finish that game. I had a hard time doing everything in Wilds. I don't know if I'm going to get to do that in Generations Ultimate. Also, I need to decide if I want to Insect Glaive my main weapon or if I want to do Prowler. Because Prowler, not a normal weapon. And I feel like that would definitely change how I view all of these fights. Speaking of, all these fights, you gotta keep this in mind that most fights I did was mainly with Insect Glaive or Hunting Horn. Hunting Horn when I was doing all these fights for the first time in Wilds, and then post-game, when I'm just farming stuff, I was doing Insect Glaive and Hunting Horn combo, focusing on the Insect Glaive after like doing buffs. So, because the buffs do last for 2 minutes, even if you don't have Horn Maestro. So yeah. I think that's it. I think. Yeah. Because I definitely know some of these are a very different experience. Of course, Jin Dahaad, you want to use that with dual blades. So, just an example. Long, big boss. You got a Beyblade across the entire thing. Spin to win. But yeah, I think I'm done talking. And my throat is very dry from having 2 videos in one day where I talk for almost 2 hours. Ugh. I have been a fool, but I hope you loved listening to me ramble. Yeah. And have fun playing the game if you go play it. Hopefully I made sense. Maybe the next time I do one of these things, I might go edit it all. I'll have to find some time to go edit stuff. But yeah. Alright. Farewell.